Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hello, good morning. Good morning, J is for Justice watchers. It is Wednesday, December 13th. Can you believe it? It's already December 13th. Are you guys all ready for Christmas? And you got your gifts bought and wrapped and under that tree and everything else? Hopefully. I wish I could say I did the same, but I am so unorganized. Y'all know me. It's called JDD. Fly on the wall. Fly on your wall. Hello. Fly on your wall. This is funny. Fly on your wall says, listening from work. Y'all are in my kangaroo pouch. It's pretty cozy here in the kangaroo pouch. Hello, Feminem. Good to see you. Hello, Melanie Christina. Good to see you. And Kendi, Angie B, and my beautiful auntie Cheryl. We've got Jammers and Miss Robin. Welcome, guys. It's good to see y'all this morning. You still have to get stocking stuffers? Good morning, Beach Bum. Fight me, Kendi. Fight me. I'm in a chatty mood today, guys, so look out. Y'all better wake up. Trying to think if I have any announcements. Oh, I do. If you are a member of the channel, or maybe you will become a member of the channel, this Friday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, we are having movie night in the Discord lounge. And I'm going to be playing Home Alone. I'm going to be playing one of my favorite Christmas movies if you'd like to join us. I'm sure our intermission times will be a hoot. Yes, we do intermissions. I've got it all planned out for you guys. I can't wait. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to have Kevin sound bites and everything else. So if you want to become a member of our Discord, you just have to be a member of the channel. And there's a QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. You could scan that with your phone if it doesn't work using the links here. And we're going to get into our story in just a second. I got to get my soundboard up. For some reason, when I restart my computer, my soundboard also resets and I have to open it back up. You just watched it last night? Cheryl Steyer just finished rapping this morning. I always hated rapping.
I am here to help you learn.
Shut up, Amica.
Good morning, 904. Kendi, drive safe. All right. So just FYI, we are live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube this morning. How about that? Twitch. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You can catch us on those three platforms. Welcome, Island Thrifts. So just let you guys know, I'm wearing my lucky sweater today. This is my dad's old school sweater. And I was like, it's chilly. Like, it's chilly here today. I think it's like 60. And I'm like, I need something. And I'm sick of wearing hoodies because they're so constricting in my neck. And I saw this hanging in my closet. And I was like, dad's sweater. Nothing better than dad's cardigan, right? Cash me outside, Island Thrifts. How about that? Hello, One-Eyed Flo. So you're really one-eyed because you lost your glasses? Fly on your wall. Has anyone... Oh, that's a fly on your wall. That was another announcement. Thank you for bringing that up. Has anyone gone down the Leave the World Behind rabbit hole for that movie? We're going to. And this weekend, we're going to have a panel up talking about this movie and what we think of it. So we're going to be covering that. Thanks for bringing that up. It's going to be, I believe, Jammers, myself, Kendi, Potato, Megs. I'm not sure who all is going to come up on panel, but we're all going to come up on panel, discuss this movie and what we think of it. Because I already have some thoughts and I haven't even watched it yet. The whole Tesla, the crashing scene, I feel like they really want to discredit Musk. Even though we do hear that, the Teslas are crashing every day. But I think that they don't like Musk. And I think some of it is about Musk. You guys are watching it tonight. I'll probably end up watching it tonight as well, either tonight or tomorrow. We have 69 viewers. Can I get a turkey for that? I got 69 people watching on YouTube right now. How about that? The super chat button is back, says Flo. Yay! Thank you so much for your $10 super chat. My friend, Miss Flo. Let me fix that. Then we're going to get into our case. I know you guys are chomping at the bit. I see your comments. I see what you're thinking about this case and this kid. But there's a lot to unpack here. So I hope you guys are prepared for a typical J is for Justice morning stream where we take our time. We look at what the material is. And we're not in a big hurry today. Teslas are being recalled. Wow. Well, we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll see what's going down with that movie. I haven't watched it, but I'm looking forward to talking about it with y'all. So let's get into today's story. Today's story is about Derek Rosa. Derek Rosa is out of Florida, Hialeah, Florida, which is a suburb of the Miami-Dade area. And actually, the first thing we're going to start with is his arrest affidavit. And this was contributed by Law and Crime, so props to Law and Crime. There's not a whole lot on this, but we're going to look at it nonetheless. It says, Rosa Derek, gang-related, no. Fraud-related, no. Date of birth is 6/26/2010. Unbelievable. 13 years old. White male. Hispanic. Yes. He's Cuban. 5'7", 135 pounds. Black hair. I don't know what ATE hair means. Hairstyle low. Eyes brown. Wears glasses. And he was born in Hialeah, Florida. He attends I Matter Middle School. So is this like a middle school? This is what I wanted to look up. Let's see is it like for troubled kids, like the Last Chance Ranch? I Matter Middle School. It looks like I Mater. Not I Matter. They wrote Matter. What's I Mater? Tomato? So apparently this is the school he went to. But this says I Matter. So it really does matter, the spelling. Spelling matters. So it's I Mater Middle School. Anyways, that's in Hialeah. He is a student, and he verbally told them that. And his weapon was lethal cutting instrument. He was arrested on 10/12 of 2023 at 23:40, so just before midnight. His charge is murder, second degree. Why second degree murder? Why second degree with a weapon? On October 12th at 11:31 p.m., the defendant called the Hialeah Police Department's 911 advising blank. The defendant was kept on the line by the operator until the arrival of police units at 11:36 p.m. The defendant was asked to exit the property by the call taker where he was taken into custody. The victim, who is the defendant's mother, was found on the bedroom floor by Hialeah police with multiple stab wounds to the neck. Hialeah Fire Rescue pronounced the decedent dead at 11:54 p.m. under fire incident. At the Hialeah Police Department, the defendant provided a post-Miranda statement to this writer and Detective W. Gonzalez advising two guns owned by his stepfather to commit suicide. That the defendant then grabbed two guns owned by his stepfather to commit suicide but could not carry it out. The defendant sent pictures of his deceased mother via social media to a friend he has known for about 3 years by the screen name blank and told him blank defendant was transported to JAC. And then it says, the officer's names, body camera, things like that. So he called. Yeah, she was literally seen, and we're going to see that. We're going to listen to the audio of the 911. This is him. This is Derek Rosa. And he damn sure looks older than 13. But he's not. He's a child. So we're going to read through this, then we're going to listen to the 911 call. Okay. Derek Rosa, 13, has been accused of murdering his mother, Irina Garcia, 39, on October 12th at their Hialeah apartment. The victim's body was found next to the crib of a sleeping 14-day-old newborn. He did this right in front of the newborn, his half sibling. Kid doesn't know his address. I don't know if he was just freaked out. Dispatchers received the 911 call about 11:30. Some parts of the audio where the teen talks are redacted, but WTVJ reported that at one point, the dispatcher is heard asking, "You stabbed her neck? Okay, where else did you stab her other than cutting her neck?" Rosa then appears to tell the dispatcher that he does not know his address, and while he searches for an envelope, the dispatcher attempts to find more information. The dispatcher is heard saying, "I need to know if your mother is breathing." And Rosa says, "She's dead, miss." The dispatcher says, "Okay, why did you do that?" And then he replies, "There's blood all over the floor." The dispatcher learns that Rosa had allegedly planned to shoot himself with one of the stepfather's guns, but did not end up firing the weapon. He later tells the dispatcher that he took photos and sent to a friend. And here's that audio.
You cut her neck? Okay. Where else did you stab her other than that cutting her neck? Where is your sister?
She's in her crib sleeping. I did not kill her.
How old is your sister?
She's only like a week old.
Okay, and you did not touch her, correct?
No, I did not touch her. I didn't want to touch my sister.
I need to know if your mom is breathing.
She's dead, miss. I have the gun with me. I was going to shoot myself, but I didn't want to. I pulled back the slide, but I did not shoot.
I need to know, do you think we can help your mom?
Miss, she's dead. I have more family members. They can take care of my sister. I took pictures, and I told my friends about it. Was that bad?
You told who about it?
My friends.
Your friends? Did you send pictures to your friends? So what you did?
Yeah. I didn't delete the pictures off my phone, but I sent them to him. And I told him that I was sorry, and then I stood by. I'm okay. I'm really sad.
I understand. We're here to help you, okay? We're going to help you. We're going to help your sister, okay?
All right. So that is so disturbing. He says, "I sent pictures to my friend." Is that bad? Yeah, it's bad. We're going to dig more into this, Robin, and maybe it will make more sense once we uncover more about him and his state of mind if we can. Let's see what the next thing is we're going to look at here. This is just such a senseless story. No, we're not on this one. Okay, here we go. So here is, we got some video of the actual, yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is from the New York Post, and this is images caught from the baby monitor, actually caught the whole thing on tape. I haven't watched this video from the New York Post, but we're going to watch it together right now. It's only 30 seconds long. Why isn't it playing? There we go. Oh, it's not it's music. Oh, there he is coming. Okay. Let's slow this down if we can. This is him coming out of the apartment with his hands up. That's not what I wanted. Maybe it was this. Here we go. Derek Rosa right here. Okay, so here's his mom at 22:23. Holy shit. So this is at 11:23 p.m. Mom is chilling. Looks like she's holding the baby or maybe breastfeeding the baby. You can clearly see the crib. And within 10 minutes, this woman's going to be dead from this photo. So then if you go here, moments later, he's standing over her. And this is allegedly when he's stabbing her. And he had to know there was a BabyCam as well. I'm sure he knew there was a camera. So then he sent pictures to some kid from online that he played games with. See, it's always, and I hate to say it, and I saw Robin mentioned it, and we can't help but go there. Was he isolated? Was he isolated at home, only playing video games? Was he going to school? Was he online schooled? Now, there's some people that are saying this isn't even him, that this is the stepdad in this photo. Oh, shit. It does say 11 p.m. Wait a minute. How the fuck? How is this before her laying there? What? Wait a minute, you guys. The time on this says 23 hours, which is 11 p.m. He's allegedly killing her before she's laying here at, 22:23. This is 10:23. My bad. My bad. I had that wrong. Rewind.
I don't know.
This is 10:23 p.m. This here is 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. But then he didn't call 911 until what time? 11:30? So there was a half an hour between this scene right here and when he calls 911. So she probably fed the baby, like she was feeding the baby here for the nightly feeding, and then going to go to sleep. I mean, she looks relaxed. She looks chill. It doesn't look like, she's worked up about anything. What the hell? 40 minutes later, it's this. And then this is a selfie he took, and he's got blood all over his hand. And he probably sent that to his friend. This is what Ethan Crumbly did too, y'all. Ethan Crumbly took pictures of the dead baby birds and sent to his friend. Remember that? I don't know where his stepdad was. That's a good question. So they've released all these crime scene photos, which is just bananas, but I think it's because they're charging him as an adult. I mean, we never get to see evidence pre-trial. Isn't it wild? Robin, he was actually gaming with whoever he sent the picture to as well. So the question is, did the baby, I'm reading chat. Did the friend call authorities and say, I just got these disturbing pictures. I think this dude's killing his family or killing his mom? Look at this. They even show this. The end of it is broken. You know how we always hear that this happens? Remember in the Tristan Bailey case, Aiden Fucci? Remember the tip was stuck in her head. I just can't believe they're showing this. It's so crazy. He admitted to the crime is why evidence is being seen. It's just crazy, isn't it? There's the 911 call is 18 minutes long. Here he is in court for the first time. And his family was there blowing him kisses. Mwah, mwah. You can't believe it. I can't believe it. So he pled not guilty. So I don't think he admitted it because he's pleading not guilty. And he's standing trial as an adult. So he may have said he did it, but he still pled not guilty. Make that make sense. Like if you confess, like if you're in the moment and you say, hey, 911, I just did this X, Y, and Z. I don't think you should be able to plead not guilty. I know you can, I know all that, and I can't change the laws, but it just seems like an oxymoron. Like, you admitted all of this on a 911 call. You admit to the cops, but now you stand in front of a judge and go, Judge, I'm pleading not guilty. So now they're arguing whether his attorneys want him sent to a juvenile detention center versus jail. So remember we had that in Michigan, and in Michigan they do what's called a Miller hearing, and every month they have to reassess where the juvenile is housed in the jail, and then decide if he's going to stay in the jail or go to juvie. Well, his lawyers, they had a big hearing, and we're going to listen to that hearing. It was about 30 minutes long, where they're arguing whether this kid should sit in a big boy jail or go to juvenile. And they didn't make a decision even after this big long hearing, but we'll see what the judge decides. The judge or the defense needs more time to make its argument, so it's been put off. This is his mother. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. And I don't know what was going on in that house, but this kid was an 8th grade honor student. He was on the honor roll. So they will rule Tuesday. Next Tuesday is the day. Let's get that on the calendar. Next Tuesday, Kendo, the 19th, they will make a decision on whether this kid gets moved or not. He is currently the youngest of 34 juveniles being held in the new juvenile section at Metro West Correctional Facility there in, I think it's in Miami. Prosecutors remain adamant that the teen should not be transferred to a juvenile facility. His lawyers have yet to declare any mental illness defense. And Rosa's defense attorneys examined the crime scene during a 3-hour block on Thursday. And then we see that picture. That is stepdad and Derek. and the mom. And now it's come out all over TikTok that stepdad has another woman. She's holding this newborn baby and caring for this newborn baby. I don't know. I can't get into that yet. Jammers, your eyes are piercing me. Even upside down, they're piercing me. But yeah, I don't know anything about the stepdad, and hopefully we can figure that out as we kind of unpack this case. But now I'm trying to just get the gist of it, okay? The attorneys were joined by a forensic examiner and photographer at the Hialeah property. During last month's hearing, Rosa was oddly calm as he was charged with the heinous crime, despite family members of the alleged killer becoming emotional in the courtroom, and they were mwah, mwah, mwah. They were blowing him kisses. His father, Jose, was seen waving at his son and blowing him a kiss, while his grandmother started to cry as his lawyers took the not guilty plea. After the court hearing, his relatives disagreed with Rosa being charged as an adult and insisted he's a good boy. You do have piercing peepers. They're beautiful, though. I just look down at my screen and I just see upside down jammers. Derek is a good boy, affectionate, loving, one relative said. This is not like Derek. No one knows Derek like we know him, and this is not Derek, so you know. Jose Rosa previously called for his son to get a second chance, despite the severity of the crime. I guess what we're asking for is another opportunity, a second chance to help him grow and become mature as a grown man, to put this behind him. Sounds like they're in fucking denial, dude. Like, how do you stab your own mother in the neck and then, oh, he just needs a second chance. He didn't skip school. He didn't skip school. All right. Crazy town. So we're going to watch this hearing now. Hold on. How do I close this thing? Okay, so this was held a month ago. So this was held last month. I don't know why I'm just seeing it, but it's because I cover 50 billion different things. I'm looking into politics, space. Shit, we got a launch. Did the launch happen already? We had a launch this morning I was going to show y'all. See what I mean? This is JDD. Wait a minute. The Crumbles are in court? Oh. The Crumbles are in court today, you guys. They're probably setting their trial date. Oh, holy shit. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to that. See, there's too much going on. The Crumbles, though, wow. I feel like I missed the launch. Oh, well. Anyways. Can't do it all. Did it go off, Island? Thought it was supposed to go off this morning at like 10. Tomater Academy. Tomater. All right, so let's continue and we'll go back. We'll check on the Crumbles. The crumble cakes in a few minutes. We can always catch up on 2 times speed anyways. Courts are always late. So let's go back here. We're going to watch this hearing. And after this live, if the Crumbles are in court, we will definitely do another stream. I promise, because that is my case. Like, I am not going to miss that. I just got done watching the Oxford School Board meeting from last night, and let me tell you, things are not any better since the sentencing of Ethan Crumbley. On that front. Okay, so I'm going to put up this hearing. We're going to watch this. I wanted to do a stream this afternoon on the school board meeting anyways, so we'll just cover the Crumbleys. That is the Oxford, Michigan school shooter parents. They're being charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Their son Ethan shot up his school and killed 4 students. So this is a precedent case where they're setting the stage for what could happen to parents in the future if they provide their child with a firearm. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to go grab some coffee and watch this with you guys. I'll be back shortly.
Well, actually, for these purposes, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, they don't have a box to check.
Correct. I think that should be fine, Judge, given that the court is affecting his release. In reality, I don't think it's...
For some reason, he gets held up, he'll come back and fix it.
Yes, Judge, and we'll submit the transport order today.
Well, if there isn't one in the file, I'm going to go ahead and impose one at this time from the child that is listed. We only have initials at this point. And he is not permitted to reside in any residence or children under the age of 18.
Okay, but we're putting that he has to reside at whatever program so that he cannot leave there until he gets permission from the
That's
court.
correct. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. You have marked my calendar here. Okay, that leaves, that's later on today. So that leaves me with Mr. Williams and with Mr. Rosa. We are short. Oh, that was Morales. Are we already on Mr. Rosa's case?
Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's turn to Derek Rosa. We'll find that on. Page 9.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Good, thank you. All right. Derek Rosa with the record reflects prejudice. So I set this case for today to as a status to see if the defense wants to provide additional evidence or elicit additional evidence with regard to the constitutional complaint surrounding Mr. Rosa's detention.
Yes, Your Honor. David Sarreal on behalf of Derek Rosa. Your Honor, the defense was ready to move forward on Thursday with 6 witnesses. We have 2 instructors, we have a counselor, 2 medical staff, and our own expert. However, we have a small request. After what happened on Friday, excuse me, Your Honor, specifically the fact that Derek's level was changed 2 days prior to the hearing on November 29th, his level was changed. We believe that some of the allegations on the brief that was filed on the 17th might still not be the case. However, we don't know that without the best evidence of the logs. There's a lot of mention of logs by Corporal Wims, activity logs, educational logs, wellness check logs. Pretty much everything that he does is being logged by Metro West. I did confer with Ms. Morales prior to proceeding this morning. It's my understanding she has no objection to Metro West providing those logs. However, we don't have the benefit of 10 days for a subpoena to susticum. Therefore, I do have a proposed order, if I may approach Your Honor.
That's the report.
Do you have another copy?
I imagine this is an order seeking an expedited provision of the call logs, jail calls, educational logs, sick call logs, canteen logs. Okay. And since the statute 985.265 requires a supervisory visit, which needs to be observed every 10 minutes by a supervisor, there should be logs on all of that. Okay. All right. Now, it's easy for us in the courtroom to say, hey, let's do this. Why don't we ask the counsel for Metro Dade 90-day Department of Corrections, how do you feel about that? I see Ms. Patricia Jones coming.
Yes, Judge, I'm also not, I was going to say, I don't have any objection to whatever subpoenas they wanted to file, is what I told them, because it has nothing to do with me. So it's not that I'm yes or no for any of this, it's except for the jail calls that's listed as B in this motion to compel, I guess, which I don't think is the appropriate entitlement for this motion either, because it's not a motion really to compel, but I have the jail calls from that limited period of time that we discussed on Friday, and I told counsel that I will get a copy of that burned for them. That includes the call log is on that, because I did request that in time, so that I can provide to defense, but otherwise, you know, I have nothing really to speak on relating to corrections on this issue.
Well, I guess we're trying, look, I think what your version is, at least in the reasoning I'm using, is that you need to show in this specific instance that your client's constitutional rights are being violated by the specific circumstances of his detention. And I see your request for records here as your due diligence to make sure that at the very least the statute is followed in terms of the attention that they give to Derek while he's incarcerated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, no, I see that. Now, I don't know where the jail calls go with that. And I only bring that up because I don't know who the other parties are on these calls, and I think everybody's aware that they're recorded. It's a lot of work for them to assemble these. They may not be able to do it for you in the next 3 or 4 days. But let me hear from Ms. Jones-Cummings. Ms. Jones-Cummings, the defense here has, let me make sure I got you. Good. Is asking for me to, seeking to compel the production of call logs, educational logs, sick call logs, canteen or commissary logs, and documents that
All right, I'm interrupting our regularly scheduled programming to watch the Crumbly hearing. I can't miss this. I apologize, folks. I did not know that this was on today, but this is very, very important. So there's James Crumbly, guys. Welcome to J is for Justice, guys. We're switching gears. We've got a surprise hearing with the Crumblies. Maybe we're going to get a trial date for Mr. James. It looks like he may be up first for his trial. And I'm sorry if anybody's confused. Right now we are switching over. No, this is not going to be Judge Kwame Rowe. This is going to be Cheryl Matthews, I believe her name is. Judge Matthews, I think. I'll tell you for sure. Yeah, Judge Cheryl Matthews in Oakland County, Michigan. And there you have Karen McDonald, the prosecutor. Yes, they are separated. James Crumbly is the only one in court. So I'm assuming that he is going to be on trial first. Today is probably a status conference. And we'll be able to get back to our other story. But I definitely need to get and see if he's going to be on trial January 23rd or if his wife is going to be on trial January 23rd and if it's still a January 23rd trial date. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, everyone. We're doing a little sidebar here for James Crumbly, the father of the Oxford school shooter. Looks like he's in court for a status conference hearing, and I don't want to miss it, so we're just going to pause our presentation on Derek Rosa case. We'll get back to that after. We don't even have any audio yet. You're welcome, Frag. Thanks for being here. And this dork always has to put on the headphones. But now his wife is like turning on him because there's 2 witnesses. Okay. 2 witnesses came forward from Florida And that is why they wanted their trials separated. So we have, I don't know who the two witnesses are. Look at him whispering. We have two witnesses that are from Florida. And Jennifer Crumbly was like, hell to the nah. I ain't got nothing to do with this mess that he's got going on with these two witnesses. I want my trial separated. The judge heard it out. And they said, yes, we need to separate them. So very, very interesting stuff with that. We're still waiting for some audio here. It's quiet in the courtroom still. Empty courtroom as well. Wow. I don't think anybody knew this was happening. The parents are charged because they bought the gun for Ethan Crumbly, who was a 14-year-old who shot up his school. It was his Christmas present. So the family, or the parents, took off. They hid in a warehouse in Detroit. We went over this last week. But they hid in a warehouse in Detroit. And yeah, that's what they did. And then they got caught. They emptied Ethan's bank account. And then they got caught. I don't know what time this is supposed to begin. I don't know if it's supposed to start at 10:45 or 11. They are still married as of right now, Amy M. We don't know. Did that girl, is that the same lawyer? Did she dye her hair brown? Wait a minute. Is that the other objection sister? Wait a minute. Is that Shannon, the other objection sister? Oh, Jennifer's there. They're both there.
Psychopathy.
Oh my God. They're both there. Oh my God. Does she have a vest on or is she big? Yeah, the blonde attorney dyed her hair brown. Does Jennifer have a new lawyer? I'm confused here. Oh, they were all kissy in the beginning. They were sign languaging. I love you. I love you. Yeah, they got to face each other. Wow. Oh, we're getting some sound.
Stand up! All right, Oakland County Court is now in session. The Honorable Shirley Matthews presiding.
Dude, she got big. That's not the same lawyer. Jennifer has a different lawyer. Jennifer loves horses.
Psychopathy.
Your Honor, calling people versus James Crumbly, case number 22279989FH. Calling people versus Jennifer Crumbly, case number 222799990FH.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marielle Lehman on behalf of James Crumbly.
Good morning. Hi, Judge. Good morning. Anjali Prasad standing in for Shannon Smith today on behalf of Jennifer Crumbly.
Ah, standing in for Shannon Smith.
Karen McDonald on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Mark Keith on behalf of the people.
Good morning. Well, you may be seated. My understanding is that we're here today pursuant to a motion filed by the prosecution with regard to potential client waiver form. The brief in support is labeled former client safeguards. And there was also a former client waiver form produced by the prosecution. Neither of the defendants objected to that form or to the contents of the brief. I then reached out to all parties and asked that each attorney on each case discuss what was in the prosecutor's brief with regard to former client safeguards, discuss any questions either the clients might have, and additionally talk about the former client waiver form and request that the clients sign that. So do we think that's been accomplished?
It has, Your Honor. I have spoken with Mr. Crumbly. He did sign the waiver, Your Honor.
Okay.
Same, Your Honor. Ms. Crumbly has signed the waiver.
All right, well, I'm going to inquire of each of the defendants, and the defendant in each case separately, all right?
Your Honor, is it okay if Mr. Crumbly sits because of the hearing device?
Yeah, I think that there's some, he gets some static if he moves.
Correct,
right?
Your Honor.
Mr. Crumbly, are you able to hear right now? I know that we've kept that device, so I know that that's helped you in the past.
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So I guess I'll start with you. Mr. Crumbly, could you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give as the truth so help you God?
I do.
All right, and would you state your full name?
James Robert Crumbly.
And Mr. Crumbly, have you been able to review the content of the motion filed by the prosecution with your attorney, Ms. Lehman?
The document?
Well, the
Yes.
the document and what it addresses.
Yes, I have.
And have you had the opportunity to discuss the issues raised in that document with your lawyer?
We have. There are no issues.
Okay. And do you understand the purpose behind the document?
Yes.
Okay. And do you need the opportunity to discuss that any further with your attorney?
I have.
Okay, you have discussed it with
I
her.
have. I've discussed everything with my attorney and we're good.
Okay. The whole point of this is to not just protect your rights, but to address any potential appeals that would happen in the future. All right. It's obviously trying these cases is going to be monumental. It's going to take a lot of effort by everyone involved. So we would like to do it right. Right. So in order to protect your rights, I'm going to ask you all the questions on the former client waiver form and ask you to answer those. All right. Mr. Crumbly, can you tell me how old you are?
47.
Can you read, write, and understand the English language?
I can.
Could you hear and understand? Can you hear and understand me?
Yes, I can.
Could you hear and understand your attorney, Ms. Lehman?
I could.
Are you satisfied with her advice?
What was that?
Satisfied.
Are you satisfied with Ms. Lehman's advice?
Yes.
And you understand you're charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
I understand them.
All right. And do you understand that you have the right to conflict-free representation?
I do.
Although there were formerly, there formerly was joint representation in this case, as you know. Do you understand that attorney Shannon Smith now only represents defendant Jennifer Crumbly?
Yes.
And do you also understand that attorney Mariel Lehman now only represents you?
Yes.
Do you understand that your own interest and your co-defendant's interests may be or have already become materially adverse?
Yes.
Do you understand that both your attorney and your co-defendant's attorney have indicated there is now a conflict of interest between you and your co-defendant?
Yes.
Although there are now separate trials, do you understand that your co-defendant is a former client of your attorney?
Yes.
Do you understand that the duty of confidentiality continues after the client-lawyer relationship has terminated, which means that your attorney still must protect the confidentiality of privileged information provided by your co-defendant?
Yes.
Do you understand that given the duties owed to former clients, your attorney may be limited in their representation? For example, your attorney may not be able to use privileged information obtained from your co-defendant to further your own interests?
Yes.
Do you understand that these limitations can affect things such as decisions relating to matters of trial strategy, for example, the presentation of evidence at trial, the examination of witnesses, the decision to call certain witnesses, potential negotiations in terms of a sentence agreement, and additionally arguments made at sentencing? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you consent to attorney Shannon Smith continuing to solely represent defendant Jennifer Crumbly and attorney Mariel Lehman continuing to solely represent you?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to consult with your retained counsel as it relates to the issue of your representation?
Yes.
Do you understand that by entering this waiver, you will not be able to raise these issues in an appeal should you be convicted?
Yes.
And have you executed this form that was provided?
He has, Your Honor.
Okay. And you'll provide that to the
May I approach, Your Honor?
Sure. Thank you, Ms. Singh.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right. Any additional questions for Mr. Cromley that come to mind?
Yeah, from the people. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Jennifer Cromley, could you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, and would you tell me your full name?
It's Jennifer Lynn Crumley,
And how old are you?
45.
Can you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Can you hear and understand me?
Yes.
Could you hear and understand your attorney?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with her advice?
Yes.
You understand that you are also charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter?
Yes.
Do you understand you have the right to conflict-free representation?
Yes.
Although there was formally joint representation in this case, do you understand that attorney Shannon Smith now represents you and only you?
Yes.
And that attorney Mariel Lehman now only represents defendant James Crumley?
Yes.
Do you understand that your own interests and your co-defendant's interests may be or may become materially adverse?
Yes.
Do you understand that both your attorney and your co-defendant's attorney have indicated that there is now a conflict of interest between you and your co-defendant?
Yes.
Although there are now separate trials, do you understand that your co-defendant is a former client of your attorney?
Yes.
Do you understand that the duty of confidentiality continues after the client-lawyer relationship has terminated, which means that your attorney still must protect the confidentiality of privileged information provided by your co-defendant?
Yes.
Do you understand that given the duties owed to former clients, your attorney may be limited in their representation? For example, your attorney may not be able to use privileged information obtained from your co-defendant to further your own interests?
Yes.
Do you understand that these limitations can affect things such as decisions related to matters of trial strategy? For example, how evidence is presented, what evidence can be presented, the examination of witnesses, the decisions to call or not call certain witnesses, potential negotiations in terms of a sentence agreement, and arguments made at sentencing?
Yes.
Do you consent to attorney Shannon Smith continuing to solely represent you and attorney Mariel Lehman continuing to solely represent Mr. Crumley?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to consult with your retained counsel as it relates to the issue of your representation?
I have.
Do you understand that by entering this waiver, you will not be able to raise these issues in an appeal should you be convicted?
Yes.
All right. And has your client executed the form?
I do have it. May I tender it to the court?
Please. Any further issues for the prosecution?
No, Judge, I believe that covers it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I would say that that's the only issue for today. But for the fact that I have a 4th amended final pretrial order that indicates that the prosecutor shall provide the defendant by December 11th, 2023, a list of witnesses the prosecuting attorney intends to produce at trial, and the defendant shall provide to the prosecutor by December 6th, 2023, their witness list. Is that been provided?
Yes, Your Honor.
It has, Your Honor.
Okay, because it has not been filed. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Could you tender a copy to the court? I'm trying to use that to determine how long the trial will go.
Sure.
Yes, Your Honor, we can do that.
How long do you think this trial will go?
2 to 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. Okay, is that your guess?
Each, yes, I think
Each?
2 or 3 weeks each, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay, so I suppose the pretrial order doesn't say file it, but if you could provide it to us, I think that'd be helpful.
We can do that, Your Honor.
Absolutely, Judge.
Right.
I believe the next deadline is Monday for jury instructions.
Correct. I, at the moment, can't think of a good reason not to give a special jury instruction, but anything else right now?
Now from the people, Judge, you'll see that from a witness list we filed, I did communicate with defense counsel that includes a number of chain and foundation witnesses.
Okay.
I'll work with both counsel as far as stipulation.
Okay, good. Good. All right, well, I'll see you all on January 23rd, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge.
All right.
Stand up!
We'll just watch. Oh, they shut it off. I was going to say, we'll watch them leave. So that was it. That was the Crumbleys. We're back in court January 23rd. But I still am unclear who's going first. They said 2 to 3 weeks for each one, but I don't know who's on trial January 23rd. Did you guys happen to catch that? Because I didn't. I didn't. And we're going to head back to Derek Rosa in just a second here. If you guys caught that, let me know if you caught who's going to be on trial January 23rd. I just caught January 23rd. And then let's end our poll and see where you guys stand. Some of you guys don't think they should be charged. Wow. 14% of you don't think they should be charged. Yes, I believe they will. Mm-hmm. They're going to be streaming it. So January 23rd is the day of reckoning for the Crumbleys. The Crumbly parents. All right, let's get back to Derek Rosa's hearing. Sorry to interrupt that, but that was kind of important. So let's get back to that. Here we go.
Movements, activities, and recreation. My guess is that Chapter 985 requires that to be kept in the course of the supervisory visits every 10 minutes. So I'm wondering whether you have any objection to me ordering that these be presented or provided.
Hi, good morning, Judge. Good morning. Pat Jones Cummings on behalf of Miami-Dade County Corrections. So I just want to make sure I understand. It is clear that on yesterday I did provide to Michelle Medina the call logs that she requested. So I'm not sure why that's being argued today to the court saying that we did not provide that. As far as the educational logs, if you are asking for specific documents that the Miami-Dade School Board is to provide, then that needs to be, whatever subpoena needs to go or needs to go to the school board. If you're asking for the movement logs, it is my understanding it was provided. If not, we will provide those. The commissary logs were provided to you already. And I think I heard you mention, Judge, something about a sick log.
Any medical visit or sick calls.
Well, the sick calls is something completely new, and we will have to look for that to determine whether or not he made any sick requests. So I just want the court to know requests for documents were previously made on last week, and they were provided. On Monday, a request was made for the call logs, and those call logs were provided on Monday.
Okay.
And so now we're learning something new, Judge.
You know what? Nothing stays static. There's something new. Let me clear this up in court. Ms. Jones-Cummings indicates that you've got the call logs, commissary logs, and movement logs. That those have been provided. Are you able to confirm that?
I am not able to confirm that. In fact, I'm copied on an email from yesterday with Ms. Jones-Cummings, my colleagues, Michelle and Mr. Lewis present before the court. And the response to our request from Ms. Jones-Cummings was, "Good afternoon. We treat this request as a public records request and try to release the documents as soon as possible. As a reminder, the legal unit is not authorized to accept subpoenas." So if Ms. Jones-Cummings provided these logs, I am not sure whom she provided them to. It was not to my office. It was not to Mr. Baez's office. Can she tell the court whom she provided them to?
Well, I will certainly ask. Ms. Jones-Cummings, when you said that you provided them over to the Mr. Rosa's defense team, can you tell me when and how that happened? And they can't seem to be able to find them. If you provided them. Oh, I've lost audio now.
Judge, she's muted.
So when they look, we provide documents to requesters via GovQA. You would have gotten an email from GovQA where you would log into GovQA and the document will be there for you to download. So the email you would have received would have explained that this is where you need to go in order to download the documents that you requested.
Was that email sent from you, ma'am?
No, it was not sent for me. Just like I think I heard her mention about a public records request. It would have come from our Central Records Unit, and you would have gotten a link that would have taken you to GovQA. So what I can is to have them to resend the link so that you can have that and you can download those documents.
Were you copied on their email to them?
No, I was not.
What do you have to indicate confirmation that in fact your public records people sent out the email and information to the defense?
Well, Judge, I can have them to forward me the email that they forward out to them. I spoke with the supervisor for that unit on Friday actually it wasn't Friday, it was Wednesday of last week, and she confirmed that she had released the documents to the legal team for Mr. Rosa.
Let's do this. Who could tell? It could be in your spam basket. Don't know. But I'm going to ask if you would, Ms. Jones-Cummings, to reach out to the people who originally dispatched that email so that you can get it, forward it to Mr. Riello and Mr. Ruiz today, like within the next couple of hours, so that this issue is addressed, at least on the call logs, commissary logs, and movement logs.
And so if we can, we will provide whatever other documents we can in a timely manner.
Okay, well, I'm ordering that be done.
We're trying to hold the documents. We can do that.
All right, well, those 3 items right there, certainly you should deliver them according to this order by the close of business. It'd be great if it's today, but the order's going to say tomorrow, that you would have to ask Mr. Riello. Now, that takes care of those 3 items. Since you tell me they've already been prepared, you're going to make sure they get received. The school records, Mr. Riello, the jail says they're not really the custodian of school records. Although I got to ask you, Ms. Jones-Cummings, will the movement logs, is that just movement out of the unit, or does it also reflect the time that he is in school?
So I think you're referring to the 10-minute check. The 10-minute checks will have the information regarding what he was doing every 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I think that might take care of both for what they're looking for. So I can get those records as soon as I can. I don't know if it'll be by tomorrow, Judge, but I'll do what I can to get whatever request that they're asking for by tomorrow.
Well, that's what I'm going to put in my order. I'm not going to order up the jail calls. I don't see what relevance they would have to this, unless you can explain that to me. We've got the call logs, when he's able to make calls. Why do we want to listen into his telephone conversations? You can certainly ask him about his telephone calls. That's within your defense privilege.
Judge, as I mentioned on, as I mentioned on Friday, perhaps I get lost via Zoom. It is my understanding of the state's position that they seek to introduce the call logs in order to show that he has not only made the 2 phone calls that I alleged in my memo on the 17th of November. My response was, just because there's an account with X amount of calls for X amount of minutes being made doesn't mean that he is actually making those calls. There's a lot of other explanations for that. Therefore, the phone call, because I don't recognize, Judge, which I also explained on Friday, I don't recognize any of the numbers as family members. I've conferred with the family members extensively. There's no family members or friends' numbers on there. Therefore, I believe that the jail calls themselves would be extremely pertinent for our factual
To what,
purposes.
ma'am? To what?
To
That somebody's using his telephone number improperly? I mean, who else would be using his telephone numbers to make calls from the jail?
Judge, I think it would go to rebut Ms. Morales' argument that he is in fact communicating with his family, that he is making phone calls. That's my point, Judge.
Judge, may I respond?
Well, I'm all ears. Go ahead.
Judge, I think I'm hearing counsel indicate that there's a potential that someone else used Mr. Rosa's PIN number in order to make phone calls, and that somehow that we're doing something nefarious within the jail system.
Well, not necessarily you or any personnel. On the other hand,
anyone that's in our custody.
Well, yeah, that's if somebody else is using his PIN number, or maybe you're just not learning who he's calling, Miss Riello. I mean, the calls are being made, and your suggestion that he's not making those calls. Yes.
And I'm not going to, and I'm certainly not inclined, Judge, to put him on the stand and let us know that he's not making these calls. So I believe that the phone calls themselves would...
Anybody call those telephone numbers yet? I'm sure somebody's got a warrant out for that, don't they? Or a subpoena?
And can I add one more thing, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Ms. Morales did agree to provide us with the jail calls.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Judge. So,
well, you ought to
good morning again. So, Your Honor, what I said was, as a part of normal discovery, I would make an amended discovery exhibit, list them as copy available for copy inspection. They'd give us a check. I'd put them on a CD. I said I will expedite that, put them on a disc so they can come pick them up tomorrow. The ones I currently have, I frankly, Your Honor, with the time, haven't had a chance to listen to them because obviously this has been all in a rush. But
I'm sure everybody's curious who's on the end of those phone calls, and this seems to solve the problem. So I'm going to strike it from this order because I'm not going to order the jail to do that. The state's doing it on their own. And I'll tell you what, I am going to ask Ms. Jones Cumming to double down on the 10-minute logs because that may answer a lot of these questions with regard to movement, school attendance, and all the rest of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. Okay.
So, Judge, can I just point out one thing as well? That Mr. Rosa is an officer assigned to him one-on-one since the day he has been in Miami-Dade County custody. So to make a suggestion that someone else, some other inmate, or some other officer is making phone calls is disingenuous. Without any factual basis for that.
Let me just say this. Before we go off on somebody's doing this or that or whatever, why don't we just sort of focus on making sure that we get the information that we need and we figure it all out. I'm sure there are perfectly good answers here. Look, this is an extraordinary case. We don't have 13-year-olds routinely housed in adult facilities, okay? And while I believe that the statutes require him to be there, he does have a right to present, if he can, any indications that his detention is not constitutionally valid. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that. So like I said, this is an extraordinary case. It's taking a lot of time and work, but it's for a legitimate reason, for a real reason here. Yes, ma'am.
thank you, Judge. May I just succinctly just try to narrow the state's position on this, Judge? Not on the record part, but just generally?
We're sort of in a median position before we do that. So
Yes, sir.
I want to hear full argument once we have everything in the record. I know the state's position is that I've read your excellent pleadings, but I'm going to give the defense an opportunity to present what evidence they think is appropriate.
So are we going to be having an additional evidentiary hearing?
I was just going to ask that question.
Okay.
So obviously you want these logs and you want to examine them. What's our next step, Mr. Miller?
Judge, the next step would be to call those 6 witnesses and present evidence pursuant to the logs, and they could actually speak, for example, to instructors. Now, having the logs.
Their instructors where?
Instructor Odin and Instructor Charles from Metro West. Now that I have the logs and I could actually question them on the logs, and it might also be the case, Judge, as I said, that maybe he's moved levels again, or maybe that after I review everything, the defense withdraws the motion because what the allegations were on the 17th no longer are so. However, based on what we have now, which is just very general testimony about a general module that says Metro West, or I'm sorry, that says TGP, not Metro West, with what we have now, I am not inclined to withdraw our motion, but perhaps after reviewing everything, absolutely, if it doesn't stand, I would be more than happy to.
Are you in touch with these witnesses? Will they talk with you? So do you have a sense of what's going to be presented?
Not Thursday's witness. Well, let me rephrase that. The experts, yes, not the instructors. But I can judge. I mean, if they'll speak to me.
Looks like we're going to have a hearing on Thursday.
Yeah, Judge, and what experts she's talking about, I don't know. Also, the teachers she's referring to, they don't work for Metro West. They're public. They work for the Miami-Dade public school system. So just want to make sure that's clear. But my only thing that I'm trying to say is that on this narrow issue, and I get that they'd like answers to each individual 10 minutes and each jail call, the point of their motion claims he had no access to a phone. Not that he couldn't call or that he did. There's record evidence from Corporal Wins on the direct examination of the defense that they put him on, that there's rolling telephones, that they're brought into a cell, that he has access to it. So on the constitutional argument they were making, I believe there is sufficient record evidence, and there were no additional witnesses that were here on Friday that the defense was ready to present. They just had a witness that they changed their minds about because they didn't want the state to have the opportunity to cross-examine that psychiatric witness from the DJJ who had seen him at the beginning. So their only claims have all been rebutted by record evidence. It's not that they need to rebut what the state is saying. They're making very specific allegations that Miami-Dade Corrections was not compliant with state law under how a juvenile needs to be housed, and they put all those people on, and all those people explained that all the things they said about solitary confinement, no access to school, no access to a phone, no books, all of those things were disproven. So,
well, that's what we have so far.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to present some evidence. Let me be clear though, I'm not going to do a side-by-side study of what the curriculum is over at the Juvenile Detention Center versus at Metro West. We're not going to get that granular now. Okay, so what these witnesses are going to bring to you, we'll see. But I'd like to close out the evidentiary portion on Thursday so we can get this case moving along. One way or the other, and as I said, it seems clear to me that whichever way I rule on your motion, one side or the other is going to take this to the 3rd District Court of Appeal, and they have some brilliant minds there, and they'll tell us where he should be housed, or what discretion the court has, and what criteria to be looking at. So I'd like to get that part done so we can move this along. Can we close out the evidence on Thursday, do you think?
I believe so, Your Honor. Are we starting at 9?
We're starting at 10. I have a little bit of work to do before I get to you.
and Your Honor, may I make one clarification, Judge? You had said on Thursday that it would be in the afternoon. I have something I can't move in the morning, but I could be here by 11:30. If possible, my only other question, Your Honor, relates to, because the rules of evidence for certain motions, it may differ. When we had Detective Velocity here all day on Friday, the defense objected to the admission and authenticity of basically all of the exhibits that the state intended to present. My question is really to Your Honor is, are you still interested in hearing some of the factual reasons why, even if you do have discretion, which we still contend we don't think that you do, why we believe you shouldn't exercise that?
I think what you wanted to introduce in that regard last week was the, I call it physicality, size, and perhaps strength of Mr. Rosa, and that goes to the issue of whether he's in physical danger in some fashion and being individual.
Yes, and also you had asked about psychological, emotional as one of the things that was in the other, and so the defendant's statement was something that we thought, Your Honor, would be helpful to see, to be able to observe how he responded to questions in whatever appropriate manner that was. But I'm just asking because if I'm wondering if I need to bring the detective back, or if they understand at this point that the state would be able to lay that very low foundation of...
Well, why don't you chat with counsel and see whether that's going to be an evidentiary question.
Yes, Judge.
Okay?
Your Honor, may we go sidebar for a brief moment before we can meet?
Sure. Actually, let's take a short break, and I'll be happy. You want on the record? Well, we'll need a short break and come back to the Ms. Jones, want to stay with us for a couple minutes, okay? In case I need you.
Ms. Riella, how many do you need? Do you
That bailiff was just glaring at his family. They're going, wah, wah, wah. It's like, how can... And he has no emotion when he looks at his family either, which is pretty crazy. That's his father, I think, Jose. Okay, there's his grandmother. I think this is when they blow the kisses. They see break time as love time, I guess.
I know. I was just telling her about my first interaction. I was covering that one. Zoom is wonderful.
Oh, he's there now. Hey, how are you?
Is that lady a bailiff? She can't even walk. He's all smiling at them and shit, like he's happy about it.
Yes, I can hear.
This is mind-blowing, actually.
Well, your guy was just brought over, just so you know.
Thank you. Is she like waiting on me?
Email you. Oh, I don't know who's waiting on you, if they're not, if they are, if they're not, but I know that corrections brought him over and Andrew's gonna go in.
Thank you.
Just so you know.
I appreciate you. Okay. Oh, I see your text now. Sorry, Marie.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I figured you probably had it on the next.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
The order where he adjusts the defendant incompetent, I'll give you that one after.
I mean, could you go in there and mouth I love you? I don't know, man. I mean, he's a 13-year-old. He's on the honor roll. We don't know of any other issues. Like, what happened? No, we didn't miss it, Melmo. We watched it. We just came back to this. We took a break and watched the crumbs and then this. We saw the crumbs.
Psychopathy.
I think it's funny the court puts on white noise, but these cameras keep rolling. This is why judges kick cameras out of court. I think that means stop recording. Yeah. Whatever. Who am I? She got very big. Yeah, I noticed that. Well, I mean, of course he's scared. He's sitting in a big boy jail. He's 13. He's sitting there with adults. Hearing the adult shit go on in a jail is scary. This is really weird, like them just focusing on him and just sitting there. This is definitely why cameras get kicked out. Because you got to remember, too, he's 13. And they're like just sitting there like this. Brian Koberger doesn't even want this shiz. And we've got a 13-year-old with the camera right on him. Meanwhile, the court has white noise on because the court things aren't supposed to be picking up the audio. He's looking at his family, Lucia. His entire family is there blowing kisses. They haven't said anything about mental illness. The defense has not brought that up at all. But it's very awkward sitting here watching him. It literally feels weird to me.
But I will check it. I usually give them to the judge.
So this kid is being represented by the infamous Jose Baez.
Are you keeping the stairway?
Yes.
Right, Lucia. Hasn't moved from him. Potato. I feel he was talking to his friends online before and after what he did. Well, we know definitely he was talking to his gamer buddy online after, because he sent the pictures and the video, or whatever it was. He texted. So it means, did he text him on his phone? Were they that, close? Or was it pictures sent on a platform like Discord or some kind of gaming messaging thing? That's unclear as well. So we don't know all of the ins and outs. But I'm wondering if the friend, how old the friend is that this 13-year-old was talking to online. How old is this friend? Did the friend call the police when he got the photos? The friend is going to be the star witness, I'm sure. They were on headset. I wonder if he was on headset when he did it. Cindy Snyder just got notice that school is canceled in Valley District due to bomb threat. Where's that at, Cindy? Where's Valley? No, we don't know who it was because they're like the witness. I think the cameraman just went for a break, went to go pee, and just left the camera on this kid. It's just so wrong, guys. It's so wrong. And this is why we are getting booted out of courtrooms.
I think it's 17
I wonder how old his friend is, Potato. Well, there's a lot of people online saying that they think the stepdad put him up to do it and then made him take the fall. So I don't know. I don't know why the stepdad would do that. I guess there's people are saying he has a side chick, and now the side chick's the main chick. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have enough information to say anything about that. I don't even know where the stepfather was when this happened, so we're not clear what his influence was, but I'm sure Jose Baez will have a very interesting defense for him.
All right.
Oh, they turned the white noise off, even though this person never stopped filming and recording.
Okay, so then I think we're at the point where the record, Ms. Johnson, I'll take you off of the main screen and the gallery. I think we're at the point where I've executed the order to have the materials, the logs produced as quickly as possible, and that would be very helpful if y'all can get the movement logs or the 10-minute logs, Mr. Cummings. I really appreciate the assistance. And we'll commence a hearing at 11:30, or as soon as Mr. Morales appears here on Thursday. And we may take an abbreviated lunch like we did last week, because I'd like to get as much in as we can, hopefully close out the evidentiary portion on Thursday. Hopefully by 4. Would be nice. We'll see. All right. Anything else we need to work on today?
Not from the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elliott, Louise, and Mr. Morales.
They made us sit through that break just to take it, just to end it.
All right. Ashley Parker later today, and Wilton Williams.
The stepdad having another partner since 07 is bizarre.
My uncle's driving from Broward, hasn't arrived yet. I believe the court might have a couple other things to address.
Okay, sure.
So if we can just pass it for the time being,
Sure.
I'll keep the court apprised.
Hey, Emperor.
Yeah, I'm just going to clean up here and here all day. Well, maybe not all day.
And he just sits there. Nobody talks to him. His lawyers aren't by him. Like, why is he just sitting there alone?
We have a 3 o'clock deal this afternoon.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe for him. Judge, if I may, I think he may be ready to take the plea
on
Musgroves.
Oh, it's another case. Okay, so I'm going to mute it. His hearing's over, but his lawyers are still speaking with him, so they're moving on to other hearings. So this is Jose Baez's partner, whatever. Oh, wow. She has 2 kids. But he's super skinny, and there's people saying that in the baby cam, it doesn't look like him. What do you guys think? Let's show those pictures again, and then we'll finish our coverage of this story. But I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. So there's like before and after pictures that have been released of the mother, which is really disturbing. There's the family. Oh, this might be the blowing kisses portion when he leaves. If not, I have it clipped. But let's see if this is when they blow kisses. I'm pretty sure when they take him away, they're like, mwah, mwah, mwah. And I don't know if that's a Cuban thing, maybe, mwah, 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 you know, Cuban thing. I mean, he just looks like a little boy, you know, waving like a little boy. His selfie has blood on his hand. Yeah. Well, some people are saying it looks like the stepdad in the actual picture, and then others are saying he was manipulated to do it. Oh my God, he's like... Weird. So I guess there was another camera that must have gotten the kisses, and we'll look at that in a minute. But that's the hearing they had, and I guess they're going to be back in court tomorrow. Thursday is what they kept saying, I believe. So we were going over some of the crime scene evidence, and then we also have this photo. So this is stepdad, that's Derek, and then that's the mother. So this must have been a couple months ago, right before she had the baby. And the baby was 14 days old when he stabbed his mom. And here's something we can watch here.
Stabbed his mother to death just feet away from his newborn sister. Surveillance images show that young mother holding her daughter just moments before she was killed. And Local 10 Janine Stan with us in our newsroom now with the just released evidence.
These are photos and surveillance images from the night of the fatal stabbing released to us from the state attorney's office. And we have to warn you, some are disturbing.
The images are tough to see. Prosecutors say this is the bloody knife that 13-year-old Derek Rosa used to stab his mother to death October 12th. And in these chilling surveillance stills from that night, first you see mother Irina Garcia in bed holding her newborn. Then 40 minutes later, Rosa appears to stand over the bed. Police say the teen stabs his mom repeatedly while she's sleeping. This photo then shows Rosa posing with what looks like blood-covered hands. Authorities say he even calls 911.
Was gonna shoot myself.
Disturbing. So they're saying here that this is the photo one of the photos he sent to his friend is the one with his tongue sticking out and the blood on his hand. So why would he? And I agree with you, Potato. I think he's driving home like a, hey, I did it, or hey, look at me. Rock on, look what I did. I did it. This is his stepdad in the picture on my screen. His real dad was in court, as far as I understand. I think it's him. The stepdad is way bigger. I don't think that looks like the stepdad at all in that baby cam. Rosa told a 911 dispatcher that he sent photos of the crime scene to an online friend and told him goodbye. Told him goodbye. Police haven't publicly identified a motive for the murder, so we don't know the motive. Residents or relatives said Rosa did not have a history of mental illness and got along with his family. He didn't hurt his baby sister. He said, I don't want to hurt my sister. So why was he so angry at his mom? We have no idea why. We have no idea why. But here is, again, I believe that's his father. His grandmother, grandfather, aunts, uncles, I don't know. But his family was there and they were blowing him kisses. His father, Jose, right here. His father, Jose, was seen waving at his son, even blowing him a kiss, while his grandmother started crying. So that must be his real dad right there in the blue. Yeah, he's definitely got a dad bod. That's not him in the camera footage. But this is real dad in the blue, stepdad over here in the pink. It's not the same man. Again, this is his mother here. That is just so sick. So sick. And I can't believe we're getting close-ups of the murder weapon. And it's a kitchen knife, no less. Casey Marie, that's what makes a good defense attorney. The slimier, the better. But yeah, look at his hand. This is the photo of the mother in bed. She's chilling with her newborn baby. And then within an hour of this photo, y'all, she is stabbed. What the hell? I mean, she doesn't look like she has a care in the world. It doesn't look like there's a big ruckus going on in their house. It doesn't look like there's turmoil. I mean, the baby's all bundled like a little papoose and she's just feeding it. Probably watching TV or something. And then falls asleep. Maybe. I don't even know if she was asleep when it happened. We have him with a knife in her neck. Why would he be jealous over a new baby? You would think he'd be more jealous over a stepdad than a new baby at 13. Doesn't seem right. And if he's jealous over the baby, why not hurt the baby? Why not have resentment towards the baby for being born? So I don't understand that. Now we're going to watch the footage of him being taken out of the apartment. He comes out with his hands up. So this is when officers arrive. Now, let me make sure you guys can see this good. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to put the sound on because it's just music. But, interesting footage. There he is being taken into custody. They put him down on the ground. Crazy. This happened back on October the 12th, guys. Yes, he did. He said on the 911 he did not want to hurt his sister. We don't know why. We don't know why. But this is the grandmother of Derek Rosa blowing him kisses in court. I've got this clip here. Let's watch it. And this is from NBC6, South Florida.
day for Your Honor to sign, and he should be evaluated, they've assured me, by the end of next week. And at which time I can turn this over to Ms. Oyarzen. The most productive thing at this point may be to set it for sounding and PBH in the normal course, and we can add it on. I agree.
That would be the day week afternoon?
Yes, Judge.
All right, that would be 2:15, 2:26.
And Mr. Paredes, I don't think it'll take that long, so we'll get you on ahead of time. If
Do you have his parents here as well?
we have family.
All right.
Imagine seeing your grandson sitting there. She's devastated. The poor woman is devastated.
All right, let's turn.
I'm so sorry, Mike. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mike Sanner. My thoughts and prayers with your family. But this woman is absolutely devastated. She just can't believe it. She can't believe it. She's like, oh, no. No, 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 no. And I don't blame her. I would be in absolute shock if this was my grandson. I could not imagine walking into a courtroom and my grandson is being held in an adult jail for doing this. So I don't fault her. I don't fault her at all, because I know how deep a mother's love runs. So a grandmother's love, dude, is totally unconditional. So I'm not going to say anything bad about her, because we have to have compassion for these people, because she didn't know. I'm sure she had no idea that he would be capable of this. Are you going up to Michigan, Michael? If so, pack your parka. I really feel bad for her. It breaks my heart, because so many people are affected by these horrible things. Okay, so now we're going to get into the kind of tinfoil hat side of this case. There's people that want to save this kid. There's people that think he was manipulated. There's people that think he should not be where he is. And we're going to look at this change.org. This change.org petition. Your grandma's your person. She should be, honey. She should be. Grandmas are the best. Like, there's no one that loves you more than your grandparents. You're not going up there, so you don't need your parka. Well, my thoughts are with your grands. That's hard. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So she says in this petition, her Linda Baca, I don't know who she is. Well, let's see. That's just her picture. There's this 13-year-old boy named Derek Rosa. Supposedly he killed his mother with a knife, and he called 911 himself, stating that he had killed his mother and that his stepfather is a truck driver and he wasn't there. There we go. Truck driver dad. I see that there's another trial in Michigan. Amy, why don't you email us and tell me what that is, because I didn't catch that. They arrested the young boy who has autism and looks very disoriented at what is happening around and to him. His maternal grandmother and his father have spoken about the young boy, that he's a good boy, and they want him in juvenile, but the judge wants to sentence him like an adult. In the 911 call, there is a second voice heard behind Derek's voice. The picture taken by the baby monitor or camera in the room shows a heavy-set figure hovering on top of Irina, Derek's mother. Supposedly this is Derek. No, not the young man's body or weight. The stepfather has to be investigated too. Now, this is all speculation because I don't know who this is. He had life insurance to gain if Irina was unalived. Please, as a mother and grandmother to many beautiful souls, I plead for justice for this beautiful young man who looks innocent only because he is innocent. Please help him. God bless this young man, and justice for Derek. Thank you, everybody, for your time and support. What do you think of this? They started this 23 hours ago, and they've had 100 supporters. Unfortunately, most of these I can't read because they're in Spanish. Christy Padilla says, Derek Rosa's innocent. Investigate on stepdad that has 2 guns and another woman in his life. I believe Derek Rosa is innocent and that he didn't commit the crime. Derek is innocent. I believe this child was set up and seems to have a medical condition. This child needs to be evaluated. I am signing this because I truly believe this young boy was set up by the stepfather. He is to be in a juvenile jail until proven innocent and can be released. By listening to him call 911, someone made him say those things. Also, the body in front of the mom is not Derek Rosa. It's an adult. We don't know if he has autism. This is just coming from this petition. We can't say for fact because we don't even know who made this petition. Herlinda Baca right here made this petition. So we don't know if he has autism or not. I don't want to state that as a fact. Just this girl. So I don't know if she knows him or what. I'm almost afraid to Google her, but Herlinda Baca. Let's see if she lives in Miami. She may know him. Miami, Florida. I see some Bacas. Now, I don't know who that person is. I thought maybe it was a relative, but nothing's popping up for Florida, really. Just that last name. So I don't know who she is. Cheryl T coming in with some common sense. How about justice for his poor mother, she says. How about justice for his poor mother, right? So going back to this article here, we've got more. I thought we had more than that. Yeah, they have like serial number on this. This is some graphic shit they're showing us. Thank you, Kimmy. Welcome, Kimmy. Good to see you again today. We're becoming really good friends, Kimmy. You've been coming in here a lot, and I really appreciate that. Right. Dad potentially having an affair means nothing. I don't think that means shit either. I mean, why does that have anything to do with mom being killed? It wasn't like a Chris Watts thing where, you don't want to pay child support and support your children. So you kill them. Is that her hair? Oh my God, it is. Oh. Damn, Emily. I didn't even notice that. And it's a pink handled like kitchen knife. It's just so disturbing to see her laying there just chilling, Doesn't seem like anything's wrong or she's not alarmed by anything. It's like scary. Thank you, Amy M. If you guys have any case suggestions or any court hearings that you want us to take a look at and possibly cover, feel free to send the team an email and we will definitely take a look at that. Thank you for your super chat. And then we see the blood on his hand. He thinks he's cool. Very disturbing indeed. So I think that's about it that we have. I don't really want to get into the stepdad because I don't have enough. Oh, it's horrible for the baby. Horrible. I don't have enough information on that to go into that rabbit hole Because these are real people. I mean, if he truly was on the road as a truck driver and wasn't home very much, God knows, what he's going through right now. Oh, Amy, that's sad. God knows what the dad's going through right now. Do you guys, okay, let's do a quick poll. Do you guys think that he should be held in the jail? Let's do a quick poll on this. And if you can't, I don't know, is YouTube still screwing up with the polls? Hopefully they work. Crossing my fingers. Okay, you've got two choices. Juvie or the county clinker. I just hate when people bring autism into a case before we know everything, because when people do that, it makes it seem like autistic kids kill. And I just don't think that's the case. And I don't like that, because but when we automatically label these teenage killers as autistic, we're not doing autistic children any favors. We're actually contributing to the stigma that autistic children are violent, and they're statistically not. They're statistically not. And we don't even know if this kid has autism. So it's just a slippery slope. And I think we have to be very careful of what we label these criminals, right? I mean, he might just be fucking disturbed, like Ethan Crumbly. We don't know. Just because he gets good grades doesn't mean he's not disturbed. He could be really super smart. He could be really super smart and be fucked up in the head and still get good grades and not even have to try at good grades. So while we're on Florida, this is a Florida day. I've got a couple other stories to show you. One other story, we've got Miami-Dade prosecutors are handling a very sick case of child kidnapping and sex trafficking issues. And we're going to watch just a brief clip on this. I don't know a whole lot about the case, but I wanted to introduce it to you guys so you could, be aware of what's going on. Micro Kimmy, thank you for your super chat. Oh my gosh, look at your dog. Dr. Malmo, her dog looks like Peanut. Your dog looks like my old dog, Peanut. Holy shit. Malmo, look. It's Peanut. Oh, Kimmy, you just won my heart. Your dog is so cute. What is his name? Anyways, back to your super chat. Thank you. Puberty and anger issues with family full of denial. Looks like they may have ignored cries for help. That could very well be. Right, Casey Marie. Right. So what I'm saying is if has a high IQ, he may be able to get good grades, no problem. I mean, look at Ronan. Look at Ronan in the Boy in the Box case. The kid was brilliant. He was so brilliant that he was hacking into the school's computer system. He was doing all these things because he wasn't being challenged. He was too smart for what they were teaching in school. So this kid, just because he was on the honor roll, doesn't mean that he can't be fucked up and do what he did or what they're alleging he did. I mean, he's got blood on his hand. Oh, jammers. That is so fucking like I can't even read that and not want to throw up. I'm so sorry, Jams. We love you, Jams. We love our Jams. We do. Thank you, guys. All right, so let's open this up and watch this next story. Oh, these people are just such shitbags in this world, you know what? All right, here we go.
And right now at 5:30, a crime alert in Miami where we're learning some shocking details about a human trafficking arrest.
Local 10's Christina Vasquez is live with this disturbing story. Christina.
And Miami-Dade State Attorney described this as a life or death situation. Members from multiple agencies racing against the clock to try to safely locate and rescue a 1-year-old boy who was the son of a human trafficking victim, a young mom lured here, they say, from Oklahoma.
Allowed us to rescue a 21-year-old mother who was lied to and lured to Miami from Oklahoma under false pretenses.
Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle says Fallon Elizabeth Dunkelberger convinced the young mom, who was struggling financially after leaving an abusive relationship, to ditch her small Oklahoma town for what she promised was a better future in Miami, quote, where men will pay you to just be a pretty girl in their car. The pair met online.
The victim arrived in Miami a few days later and was taken to a luxurious apartment. The next day, Dunkelberger took the victim on a shopping spree. Dunkelberger first mentioned to the victim that she sometimes had to have sex with these men for money. Dunkelberger had arranged a threesome for $1,400 with the client. But in reality, unbeknownst to her, she made the arrangement with our undercover task force member.
Undercover operatives busted Dunkelberger at a South Miami hotel after taking money for a prostitution booking she arranged for the victim. Driving them there, Dimitri David Lubin, who investigators said then held the young mom's 1-year-old boy hostage.
At this point that the investigation took a complete turn from simply a human trafficking case to one involving the kidnapping of a 1-year-old child. They are now looking at life in prison. It's a non-bondable offense.
If convicted of the charges they are facing. Meantime, as for that 1-year-old boy, thankfully he is just fine. Prosecutors say he was not harmed in any of this. And all of this started, they say, with a tip into the human trafficking hotline.
So again, Oklahoma. We've heard a lot about Oklahoma in the past year or two with sex trafficking. And I don't know if it's just the freeways and like the West meets the East and Oklahoma is like a hub. But I've heard about a lot of bus. Okay, so also remember the girl in Dallas that we followed who was trafficked at the football game. She was at like a basketball or a football game with her dad in Dallas and was trafficked back to Oklahoma. They found her in Oklahoma in a hotel being trafficked. And someone her parents hired found her picture online being advertised. Her mother had to see that, but they were able to find her. It's Route 95 with drugs and sex trafficking. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. These people are awful people. But look at how young this girl looks. You know, this is where I have a problem with all of this. Like, this girl here, why are we putting her in prison for life? I get that she lured this other girl, but don't you think she lured the other girl because she was probably scared of this other guy that's being charged? Look how young she looks. I need to know how old this girl is. I need to know how old this girl is because she looks like a victim as well. And is that a wig? Dude, she looks like she can't be older than 19 years old. And this has to stem, like, it goes back from them. Look at this young girl. She didn't come up with this idea. Hey, I'm going to start luring other girls. And look how young he is. There are people above them. I guarantee it. That's who they need to get. They need to get whoever is above these two young kids, because I guarantee you, he probably comes from a shit home. She probably came from a shit home, and there's yucky ass adults that are above them. I don't think she's a mastermind of anything. I think she's a victim. So who are the shitbags running the show? Because these guys don't have money to take people on shopping sprees. Think about it. Someone is funding this mission. Somebody funded the shopping spree that Miss Dunkelberger took this other minor on. Yeah, she was given a credit card or cash or something from somebody bigger than her to get this girl where she got her. And they need to go higher. It's just like busting the low end drug dealers. It doesn't do shit to the high end. Because for every girl like this, there's 20 more. There's 20 more they haven't found. I can't look at that girl's face and think that she's the sole mastermind of this operation. I just can't. Neither can I with this young man. I'm sorry. They don't have the funds to do something like that. There's just no fucking way. And that kid is young too. He's young, she's young. And I feel like they are victims of having shitty homes. You don't end up in positions like this young if you have good family behind you. You know what I mean? This kind of shit doesn't happen. And it's deeper than just this one incident. It's deeper, and it goes deeper than these two. And they stand there facing life in prison while whomever is funding this operation, and they have other girls they're taking on shopping sprees and making promises to. And this girl had a 1-year-old with her. This girl got lured and had a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old is safe. This is a good ending. But they need to help. They need to help these kids, in my opinion. I don't know the whole story, but they're too young to be involved in shit like this. Here's another story out of Florida.
Brand new industry. And right now at 5:30,
Florida is looking to bring flying cars. A company in South Florida. We're covering a few Florida stories before we conclude our live. And I think that Derek Rosa, if you guys could check, I think he's in court today or tomorrow.
Brand new industry is taking off right here in South Florida. The founder believes his creation will revolutionize the way we all get around. Local 10's Hatzovella reports.
It's a full-scale prototype.
It's called the Drone H1. Still being developed, but closer to reality.
This is already the present for us, but it's going to be the future for transportation.
So let's take you there. This video gives you a glimpse into the future, not too far from today.
Shit.
This is all electric, pretty simple to use.
I'm on my
the
way,
founder
Island.
and CEO.
We have 2 in each one for redundancy.
With a special tour for Local 10 of the full-scale aircraft. The Drone H1 already has certification as an experimental aircraft from the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA allowing it to fly indoors and outdoors so it can be shown to possible investors as they get a sense of what it is and how it works.
This is quiet, this is safer, this is efficient.
It's a semi-autonomous system controlled by a joystick with propellers that use air to lift themselves. Well, we can't get on the real thing yet.
Did you
the
hear that?
simulator takes us above the rooftops.
So at the beginning, you're starting from...
Amaka, I'm here to help you. Shut up, Amaka. Hold on, I gotta turn the gain off. I had gain boost going on for that hearing. We don't need no gain. No. Okay, now I won't blow your eardrums. I apologize, guys.
A joystick with propellers that use air to lift themselves.
And welcome to Drone.
Well, But we can't get on the real thing yet. A simulator takes us above the rooftops.
So at the beginning, you're starting from your garage.
I decided to try it.
This is pretty cool. You can start gaining altitude and ascend.
I want to do that
This
simulator.
all happening because of the convergence of several technologies, including drone and electric battery technology.
This is the battery packs that we developed here.
Today, the mayor of Pompano Beach got a tour.
This is slick. This is fun. This is neat.
From a mayor's standpoint, quite the innovation that could take care of many problems we find in big cities.
You no longer have to burn gasoline. You no longer need roads. I mean, it's a game changer for the city of Pompano Beach.
You
It's great
no
to have
longer
them
need
here.
roads? Yes, you
But
do.
it's a game changer for the world.
Fuck that.
And so they're hopeful that they'll have a final product by the end of 2024. By the way, when it comes to price tag, guess what? They think it could cost anywhere between $300,000 and $375,000. That's a whole lot of paychecks for us. I know it. For now, reporting live from Pompano Beach, I'm Hatsavalla.
I love
Local
these.
10
I
News.
love these reports. We can go back in 15 years and watch this report and see them all laugh like, it's just a simulator. It's so fun. And then like Mike Sanner says, in 10 years, we're going to have these things colliding in the sky. We're going to have debris coming down on people. I mean, what the fuck? This is just weird because I feel like shit's happening before it's well thought out. I don't know how this is going to go down, guys. I don't know. I want to see the results of the poll. I forgot. 50-50 on the county clinker versus juvie. Right. That's a really good point. They'll probably fly themselves, though. If we get to that point where we have flying cars, we won't have to worry about it because they'll fly themselves. So, problem solved. Problem solved. Okay, here's another Florida story. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, here's another one. Ready? Here we go. Technology is the name of the game.
Center near Atlanta is introducing Digit, the world's first
this is
humanoid
Atlanta.
robot.
Sorry.
On a
This is still the South. But we have the first humanoid robot. And the first humanoid robot is employed by who? Spanx. Spanx. Why the fuck does Spanx, of all companies, need a fucking robot? I mean, I could think of a billion companies that could, like, utilize a robot as a worker. And it's Spanx. Do people even buy Spanx anymore? What the fuck? Here you go. Enjoy.
The world's first humanoid robot on a warehouse floor. Created by Agility Robots, Digit collaborates with human workers to handle tasks like moving heavy bins of clothes. They're emphasizing Digit's role is enhancing productivity, not replacing jobs.
What we're doing is the same thing we've been doing throughout all of history, is creating tools to allow the same number of humans to do more than we've ever been able to do before.
Well, Agility Robots is currently building a production plant in Oregon that can push out 10,000 humanoid robots each year. And right now, a one and only exclusive sentencing day for...
Wait. What? 10,000 of them a year? TikTok is heavy on selling Spanx? Fuck Spanx. They are so uncomfortable. If you need to look good and feel that fucking uncomfortable, then you need to go to therapy and get your self-esteem up. Because if you feel like you need to wear those goddamn things that suck your damn liver up to your throat, seriously, I can't stand it.
Convicted Catfisher.
Okay, here's another Florida story, guys. This is Catfish. This bitch, and I call her bitch, because she scammed a senior citizen out of thousands of dollars, and she got 5 years. She got 5 years.
No remorse.
She scammed an elderly woman out of thousands of dollars and her home. Let's get right over to Local 10's Rosh Lowe live in Sunny Isles Beach with the exclusive. Rosh.
We first met Lisa Miller last May when she was placed into handcuffs and arrested, and she told me, "I'm innocent because I'm innocent." Today we saw a much different Lisa Miller, and she's headed to prison. This is Lisa Miller. Her defense team asked for probation after being convicted of scamming an elderly woman out of 60 grand. Miller said she will work on paying the woman back. We first met Lisa Miller when she was arrested last May. You called the FBI?
Yes.
So you're innocent, you're saying?
Yes.
Tell me why.
Why am I innocent? Because I'm innocent.
Cops say it started as a Facebook romance scam. Linda Bemis thought she met a handsome military man with a striking smile, known as Mr. Bravo. According to the arrest report, Bravo kept telling her that he was stuck in Afghanistan and he needed $50,000 to get his luggage trunk through customs. In total, $60K was sent, which they say landed in Miller's account. Prosecutors argued in court that Miller recently sold a Sunny Isles Beach condo and made more than $200 grand in profit. Instead of paying back the victim, she put the money in a trust for her children.
She feels entitled, she is arrogant, and she lacks empathy.
I've been scammed.
Much different sounding Miller in court.
I apologize to Ms. Bemis.
So then the judge has to decide, prison or probation.
The defendant is sentenced to a term of 5 years state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation.
The victim was hoping for some type of justice, and there's Lisa Miller cuffed, and she'll still have to pay her back. And she'll have 5 years in prison to think about how she will do that. Unfortunately, prosecutors and police say these romance scams are very common, where these suspects, they go after people who are elderly and lonely. And the bottom line here is a serious crime, 5 years in prison. And if you're out there, be very, very careful before you send anyone any cash.
Sad. Sad. Posing as this handsome man, this poor old lady fell for it. But now this lady's got 5 years to think about her shiz.
Let me speak to
Okay, so now we have another story. Wait, hold up. We have another story out of Florida. In Miami, no less. In Little Havana, we have a postal worker who was arrested. Hold on. After a confrontation with a customer. So I'm going to show you guys this one first, and then we're going to watch the worker get actually arrested.
your treatment of these people is discriminatory.
A chaotic confrontation at a Little Havana post office that happened over the weekend, and the victim caught on video. Police say a U.S. postal worker has been charged with robbery after being arrested for the encounter on Saturday.
NBC6's Chris Hush is in Little Havana. Chris, the victim says that he was injured. Tell us more exactly how that happened.
Right, so that victim's name is Miguel Bravo. He tells me that on Saturday he came here to this post office. He was waiting in line when he heard one of the workers here make racist and derogatory remarks against another customer. That's when he confronted this postal worker. He took out his phone and started recording.
We're going to file a formal complaint.
I don't care what you do, sir. Okay. I don't give a
Okay.
Now take that to the news. I don't care.
39-year-old Chantel Ford got her whip.
Damn!
You can see her smacking the phone from Bravo's hand after the heated encounter. Bravo then alleges that she took his phone to the back and tried to
Another
break
Bravo?
it. Police were called and ultimately ended up arresting Ford for robbery by sudden snatching. That's the charge that she faces. Bravo claims he asked for a supervisor to complain about the comments she allegedly made to the previous customer, but kept him waiting for several minutes until she grabbed his cell phone, as you saw there. He's now wearing a brace on his hand because of an injury during the incident, according to the police report. And we did speak with him earlier today about what went down.
The postal worker said to her, English. I don't speak Spanish. If you don't speak English, out of here. And to come to the post office and have to send in a mail and be subjected to hate and discrimination, No one deserves that. And that could very well happen to my mother.
Chris, what's the status of that postal worker, and what is the Postal Service saying about this?
Well, so we did reach out today to the USPS. They deferred any comments, any questions to Miami police,
of course,
who's not speaking
passing
at this
the buck.
time. It is unknown right now. Her employment status is unknown. Again, we did reach out to USPS, but they are not expecting to release any statement to us today. With that said, the suspect did bond out of jail. I went to her home today in Miami Gardens. However, no one came to the door. We're live in Little Havana tonight. I'm Chris Hush, NBC.
This just happened yesterday. So here's the video of the postal worker arrested.
Let me speak to your manager.
I called him for you already. You can wait right
Can you
Or
please
no, I'm
make
sorry.
sure-
This is before the arrest. This is the confrontation. Hold on. Let me get this on here right. I hate that it's small, but obviously on his phone. Okay, here we go. Lord.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the treatment you gave the person here.
You can go right there.
That was discriminatory. So you said you spoke Spanish,
Her telling me stupid is not discriminatory. That's not rude.
but you called her mother. You called her. Yes, I am recording. You're wearing a public place. You know.
Have a good day, but you can wait for the supervisor.
I'm
over
asking
there.
for your supervisor.
I'm not telling you to wait over there. They're gonna.
Can you make
I told
sure?
them.
Can you
I'm
make sure
gonna
they
go
come?
get them. Can you move
Can
to
you
the
make
side?
sure you go get them, please?
Sir, come on.
Can you make sure you
I'm
get the
gonna
manager?
put everybody out if he don't move out my way, because I'm telling him to step to the side. And I called the supervisor for you already, sir. Can
You
step
did?
to
I
the
didn't
side
see you
so
do that.
You see me in the back, right?
That was before.
Come on here.
Okay. I'm waiting. Your treatment of these people is discriminatory. So
Y'all
we're gonna.
discriminate us.
No, you're discriminating
Y'all discriminate
them.
us all the time.
We
I don't
saw-
care if you record.
I
Y'all
saw
discriminate
you.
us all the time.
Who
Y'all come here and
discriminated
discriminate
you?
us all the time.
Who discriminated you? No one discriminated you.
Y'all always.
No one discriminated. But what you did was racist.
Okay, I don't care what you say. You can go over there and wait
You're
for
a
the supervisor.
postal employee. You work for them.
Wait for
You're
the
supposed to
supervisor over
accommodate and service your customers,
Next.
not insult them for not speaking English.
Oh my God, next.
Okay, only because they're Hispanic doesn't mean they're less
Can
than
you do
you.
me a favor, wait on the side?
No, I'm
you.
waiting for the manager.
You know, manager or supervisor coming out for you.
I'm waiting for them to come service
She
me.
just called them right now for you.
Okay, I'm waiting.
But can you wait on the side while I take the customer?
No, I'm waiting for them right
Okay,
here.
every-
You shouldn't be helping anybody until you serve
Okay,
me.
but that's the protocol for you to wait on this side for a supervisor.
Where is
You want
that
a supervisor,
protocol? I'm
just
waiting for
wait
the
on
supervisor
side.
to come and help me. Okay? We're gonna file a formal complaint.
I don't care what you do, sir.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. 2 fucks. Now take that to the news. I don't care.
We're gonna take it to the postal
I
inspector.
don't care.
This is unacceptable.
I don't
Your
care.
behavior
You
is
don't have rights to be
unacceptable.
over there.
You're very aggressive.
You harassing me now.
I'm not harassing you.
You're harassing me now.
I'm not. I'm just asking for the supervisor.
And I told you I was going to get. We got the supervisor.
I'm
coming out.
waiting
Wait
for the
to side.
supervisor.
But can you wait to the side for the supervisor?
No, I'm waiting here.
Press continue.
She said, I don't give a fuck.
Press no.
I got nothing but time. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. So is that your plan? Thank you. So you're thinking I'm just gonna leave, right? I'm not gonna leave. If I have to call the police to document this, we'll call and document it. We'll make a big scene of it. We will. And the supervisor will be called. They'll come and get them.
They won't. They don't have to. Wrap it up. But we called them for you already. I went personally and told them to come out. $5.94.
It's $28.75 for Monday. But if you don't want that, it's priority 2 days. It's $10. Not $65. You can't use this.
Señora, ¿puedo hacerte una pregunta? Porque usted se va. ¿Tú fuiste testigo de la discriminación?
Sí, pero no me ponga, papi, porque después tengo que volver aquí. Entonces no puedo.
Thank you, mama.
Come back.
Entonces por eso hacen ellos lo que hacen y se escapan.
Email something to the IRS. You can return receipt. They know that they received it. Okay, this is him, right?
No hay problema. Pero por eso lo maltratan ustedes. No hay problema. Si nadie habla y se dejan que lo maltraten y lo discriminen. Sí, pero...
Wait, she go, mama. Yeah. No, I printed it out now.
So you called your supervisor? Your plan is just to leave me here waiting? We're going to document it. This is going to go to the postal inspector. We're going to make a big equal opportunity complaint about this. Did you call your supervisor?
He is kind of annoying too.
Today ain't your day. I mean, you guys thought you were going to get away with it. Saying all those racist comments against these people. And you thought no one spoke English. Big mistake. Big mistake. I heard it all. I heard it all. Got you. I promise you after this, you ain't gonna have a job. I promise you. I promise you, none of you will have one. Oh, now it's Mama? That's so nice. Wasn't Mama not so long ago?
I mean, she's keeping her composure right now, right? This happened on December the 9th, on a Saturday, no less. Look at her headband.
Can I help you?
Her headband. She put her headband on. Feeling cute, might just get arrested today.
It's back there in the window. You have to fill it out. But look, you have to put the address on the envelope.
I'm sure it gets frustrating trying to help people that you can't communicate with. Just saying.
Good job. That's exactly what you gotta be doing. Good job.
This guy's an
Why couldn't
asshole.
you do that before with that lady?
Oh, did she hit his phone? She had enough. She had enough. He's an asshole. I'm sorry. This guy's an asshole too.
Yeah, but you got to fill the envelope out. Okay. You got to fill it out. And the certified.
Good job. That's exactly what you gotta be doing. Good job. Why couldn't you do that before with that lady?
Oh, she had it. She had it. Yeah, he is. He's an asshole. I mean, to keep that going for 8 minutes, he doesn't even have on camera what she supposedly did. So what he says is that Miguel Bravo, she was arrested for hitting him. Okay, that's what she was arrested for right there. But he claimed that she used racist comments for another customer. We don't even know what. Let's see if this is a different video.
Your treatment of these people is discriminatory.
Okay, wait, let's see if there's any video of the arrest or anything. 'Cause I don't know how long after she got arrested. Yeah, he's an instigator. Stupid.
Your treatment of these people is discriminatory.
A chaotic confrontation at a Little Havana post office. It happened over the weekend, and the victim caught on video. Police say a U.S. postal worker has been charged with robbery after being arrested for the encounter on Saturday.
NBC6's Chris Hush is in Little Havana. Chris, the victim says that he was injured. Tell us more exactly how that happened.
Right, so the victim's
agree,
name
Casey.
is Miguel Bravo. He tells me that on Saturday he came here to this post office. He was waiting in line when he heard one of the workers here make racist and derogatory remarks against another customer. That's when he confronted this postal worker. He took out his phone and started recording.
Where are the other people that heard this?
We're going to file a formal complaint.
I don't care what you do, sir. I don't give a Now take that to the news. I don't care.
Take that to the news.
39-year-old Chantel Ford got her wish. You can see
Let's
her
get
smacking the
Chantel
phone from
Ford on
Bravo's
the
hand
show.
after the heated encounter.
guy's an
Bravo then
ass.
alleges that she took his phone to the back and tried
Oh.
to break it. Police were called and ultimately ended up arresting.
Look, he's wearing a fucking... Look at his wrist. He's wearing a wrist thing. This guy's an idiot. Let's get Chantel on the show. I can't imagine how frustrated she must have been during this encounter. Myron, you live there. Myron, can you go to her hearing? Myron. He's going to try to get money. He's going to sue. This isn't even about just videos, Potato. This is about money. Money, money, money. Wow. He saw a quick payday at the USPS. Right? I got hurt. No, he got hurt when she grabbed his phone. Whee!
Is that she took his phone to the back and tried to break it. Police were called and ultimately ended up arresting Ford for robbery by sudden snatching. That's the charge that she faces. Bravo claims he asked for a supervisor to complain about the comments she allegedly made to the previous customer, but kept him waiting for several minutes until she grabbed his cell phone, as you saw there. He's
Where
now
was her
wearing a brace on his
supervisor?
hand because of an injury during the incident, according to the police report. And we did speak with him earlier today about what went down.
The postal worker said to her, English. I don't speak Spanish. If you don't speak English, out of here. To come to the post office.
I don't know
and
if I
have to
believe that.
Send in a mail and be subjected to hate and discrimination. No one deserves that. And that could very well happen to my mother.
Chris, what's the status of that postal worker, and what is the Postal Service saying about this?
Well, so we did reach out today to the USPS. They deferred any comments, any questions to Miami police, who is not speaking at this time. It is unknown right now. Her employment status is unknown. Again, we did reach out to USPS, but they are not expecting to release any statement to us today. With that said, the suspect did bond out of jail. I went to her home today in Miami Gardens. However, no one came to the door. We're live in Little
She
Havana.
lives in Miami Gardens. If anybody wants to reach out to her, this arrested postal worker, I'd love to have her on the show. Probably not until this is concluded, but man, if Myron, if you could go to her thing, you know, and see, we'll see how this plays out. But we will look up on the court records and see what's happening, and then we'll get with you, Myron.
We're going to file a formal complaint.
I don't care what you do, sir. I don't give a Now take that to the news. I don't care.
Take that to the news. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Oh OMG. All right, so crazy. This is always Florida, right? Never a dull moment in Florida. I've got another video for you guys that comes straight out of Florida. If you're ready for this one. We have this is going to be a fun one. If you're afraid of snakes, you may not want to watch. But check this. What happened? What was in a Florida houseboat?
In tonight's Wild Florida, you've heard about snakes on a plane, but what about snakes on a boat? A family near Riviera Beach got a big surprise last month when they opened a sock drawer on their houseboat, and they saw this beautiful eastern rat snake staring right back at them. They think the yellow fellow had crawled onto the boat to escape some bad weather. Oh my God. Yeah. A friend went to grab the slithery snake, but it didn't want to move. It was pretty comfy in there. The snake, by the way, bit him on the hand, but don't worry. He only suffered a scratch, and eastern rat snakes are not venomous. The family relocated the reptile to its natural habitat.
Look at that bite.
Not on a boat. Just don't grab the snakes.
Who goes to grab? Okay.
Carlin! Karchi! All right, and our final video, guys, I'm going to let you guys go after this one. This is another, obviously, Florida theme of the day. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. So, we had a jewelry heist in South Florida. South Florida is a amazing place, Myron. You have a lot going on down there. I never really realized until I went to one news station and found all these stories on one. Here you go, guys. Enjoy.
Only see on the one and only tonight. Very determined thieves breaking into a high-end jewelry store through the roof. They then stole hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewels, and the crime was caught on camera. And Local 10's Rush Lowe is live now in North Miami with our exclusive. Rush.
Yeah, the video is incredible. Gold, silver, gems, Rolexes, watches, guns, you name it. These crooks were able to get away with it. This is not your ordinary burglary. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry gone. Here they come. First we see the ladder dangling down. They need to secure that ladder, and then we see the crooks. And just when you think we're done, more people come in, and they are prepared right through the roof of a jewelry store in North Miami. Look at them making their grand entrance. And when I say prepared, they have lights on their helmets. Can you believe that video? Right through the roof, coming down the ladder one by one. And listen to what they took, according to police. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. That's not all. They took expensive watches. They took guns, firearms, a shotgun, but police have something they want you to see. There's a point in the video where the suspect looks right in that camera and tries to take down the camera. It's a clear shot of his face. Look at this suspect. Let's freeze the video for a moment. This person realizes there's a camera, but it's too late. They're in front of that camera for several seconds. Back to the video. The crooks ransack the place. They clean it out. Diamonds, gold, a box of silver jewelry, a watch safe, a gun safe. This happened October 21st at 1:28 in the morning at Gafco Jewelry off 161st Street and Biscayne Boulevard. After weeks of investigation, police need your help to catch these crooks, caught on video, who took off with quite the haul. Okay, and one of the reasons North Miami Police wanted this video out today is that image of that crook. They had a hard time covering up that camera, but that is a very clear image. If you know who that person is, pick up the phone and call Crime Stoppers. That number is 305-471-TIPS. We're live tonight in North Miami. I'm Rosh.
You can't make this stuff up. It is so active down there in Miami with some crazy stuff. That person looked right at the camera, and they don't look very old. That actually may even be a female. Does that look like that could possibly be a female? Crazy town, crazy town. So I want to play one more video. I lied. I have one more. Someone mentioned GTA. I know some of y'all like video games. Some of y'all are video game players. But I have to say that this new Grand Theft Auto is disturbing. And I'm going to sound like an old lady, but it's way too realistic. I think they need to... Why do they need to make it so damn realistic? Why? It's disturbing as hell. All right. Look at this. If you haven't seen it, this is the trailer for the video. I'm probably going to get struck for this.
Do you know why you're here? Bad luck?
Look at this shit. This is a game. Lucia, do you know why you're here? Yeah, because I'm a fucking criminal.
Guess.
I gotta mute it because I'm gonna get struck. And they got some Tom Petty playing. Look at this. This looks real. This looks like you're in Miami. You know what? I'm just gonna mute it. Watch this shit. We don't even need to hear it. This is all a game. The graphics are way too real life for me. And we wonder why our teenagers are in this like virtual... Look at this twerking shit. What the... What? That is sick. Hold on. We're slowing this bitch down. Yeah, no longer are we playing Pong with two little lines and a ball. Real life racks, too. When are we going to get to the point where we don't know what's real and what's not? If kids are playing this, it's very, very real. If you're running around doing crimes like this on a video game, who the fuck's going to stop you from doing it in real life? Look at the beach scene. It's like Miami style. Look at this shit. This is a damn video game and I can't. That's why kids don't socialize anymore. They feel like this is real. The gator in the pool? Oh, sick. The burnouts. The gator in the gas station. Yeah, can we just play Sega? Yeah, some kids can, but when you get to this where it's another world they're living in and all their friends are in their games, they can't socialize in the real world. And that's when we see the weirdness come out, when they have to be with people in real life and they can't because they don't know how. And now this Joker guy from Florida is suing because they used his image. His mugshot or whatever. And we can put mature content on everything, but I mean, when NWA was out when I was in 10th grade, it said mature content and I still got my hands on it. I just think it's dangerous. It's dangerous because of how much time kids spend. It's not dangerous that this exists. The amount of time that kids spend playing it and becoming addicted to it is what's disturbing to me. It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit much. So before we go, I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of what speed I'm on with video games. And then we're going to dance it out. We're going to credit. We'll do our credits, Myron. And then we're going to dance it out. And I'm on Twitch saying this about GTA. People are probably going to beat me up over there. This is mine right here. Here's some old sounds for you. Fuck yeah, right here. I got to hear him grab the rope. Oh. Would you guys watch me play Atari on Discord? Because I would totally get an Atari and play Atari if you guys would watch. Okay, wait. Let's grab the rope. And then we're going to go into our credits. Fight me. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later tonight. We have a 7 p.m. premiere. I'll see you then. Peace out. Take care. Stay safe. I love you guys. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time
Jennifer,
for that. Staying out late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on coke.
We came home, we planted flowers on the side of the house.
Bye, Jennifer.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.